Schools in Ontario County are making it easier for students to stay in class if they test negative for COVID-19. Districts recently started rolling out PCR testing at schools, giving students and staff the ability to get tested within 15 minutes. Allie Peters joins us live in studio now with more on how these new tests are already making a huge impact. Allie?
Yeah, last year, if a child had COVID-like symptoms while at school, they'd often be sent home for days or even longer to await testing results. But now schools in Ontario County are looking to minimize that from happening by offering rapid on-site COVID testing for students. And the Victor Central School District has been one of the first to start.
Since beginning new rapid testing for students and staff last week, the Victor Central School District has already tested dozens of individuals.
We've had over 80 tests administered of students and staff, primarily students. And, a large majority of them were able to stay in school because they were negative.
The 15-minute PCR tests provided by Ontario County come as a blessing for the district. Just last month, they had to quarantine more than 250 students due to a COVID outbreak. These new tests now allowing students who test negative to head back to class and not home.
Last year, what we would have to do if somebody had symptoms, it was assumed that they were COVID, and they would have to be out for 10 days.
But now getting a free COVID test is as easy as walking into the school nurse's office.
We've purchased a machine for them, and we train them all on how to do that, so that if a child comes into school and they're having some symptoms, they can test them and say, oh, it's not COVID, and then they would go through the regular processes as to whether or not a child can stay or not.
Schools say the testing can prevent parents from having to take time off from work to be with their kids while they wait for test results. But it's also a plus for students and staff.
It certainly sets our teachers and staff up for success because they see the kids every day, and the kids are able then to do their work on a daily basis, and our teachers get to know them, both their learning needs and their social emotional needs, at a much greater level.
Now, all students who are tested have to have their parents' permission. If they have been exposed for COVID-19, they will continue to be tested in school until their exposure period is over. The district is also working on testing over the weekends for kids involved in extracurricular activities like sports or theater. Live in the studio, Allie Peters, News 8.
Allie, thank you. And just this week, Monroe County opened a PCR drive-through testing option at the Fleet Center for students. The county says they are working on making this testing available at schools as well.